What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We're chilling, you guys, at $321 right now. I have a funny feeling we're going to go just a little bit lower. I don't know what this pattern is, if it is a pattern, but I've seen it before, right? I've seen it plenty of times. I've done technical analysis for over 7 years now, so I've seen this before. I promise I'm not making this up, but you get like a low before the actual low, right? Like this, and then your next low afterwards, it's a higher low than the actual low, and it's kind of like tied up with that previous low. You get this like, this like trident looking thing, right? Where you get like three prongs and it comes in like a V bottom, that kind of shape, right? Where it's something like that, like your prior low, your actual low, and then your post low, right? It gives you that little like upside down inverted roof look. It's not an inverted roof. I know that's not what the pattern is. Maybe it's a variation of a triple bottom, right? You've got like one low here, another low there, and then another low there. Maybe it's a variation of that. I don't know, but just something like that. I've seen that plenty of times. And I was actually going through Bitcoin Cash's history, and I can't find any examples on the weekly or the daily, maybe on shorter term time frames, or just on other charts, right? It's not like it's the most common pattern or shape ever, but all I'm trying to say is it looks to me like it would want to do that. We'd want to get our third prong on this trident, so to speak. Let's call it the trident of truth, right? The trident of truth, not hopelessness and deceit. Hopefully it doesn't condemn us down to zero. Hopefully it is a trident and not some kind of just busted pattern that takes us lower. All that to say, I think we have a little lower to go, and that's just because I think it would look nice. I think it would just look nice price wise. Finding support at a previous area of support, getting a higher low alongside with that, and finding support at previous areas of resistance going back in time. I think it would look nice. It'd be the right area to kind of bounce off of. But just because it would look nice, just because I think that sounds great, doesn't mean that it has to happen, right? We don't have to go lower. The price could, from here, just go up. We could go up, and at any point in time now, any week now, guys, we are going to start to see things moving up again. Weeks and days that are stronger and more sustained to the upside than we've experienced since April, right? That's coming. It's coming very soon. A lot sooner than we think. We're going to miss the days that we were at $321. We're going to miss the days that we were below $600, okay? These days, they're coming. And I'm expecting it to be a bigger move than this move, right? These were two very comparable moves in size, I think, percentage-wise. Let's see. Low point here to the high point there, 263. I'm not going to go to the actual low point, but we can, maybe from here, like the kind of breakout week right there. 207%, 263, pretty close all in all. I think it's going to be bigger. I think this next move is going to be bigger, and it's going to last longer too. That's kind of my expectation, and that's going to happen soon. But first, again, getting back to the main thing, I think we will go down. If not, we start moving up. Cool, that's great. I wouldn't hate that at all. But looking at the price, the way that it's looking right here, you had a bearish engulfing, a bearish engulfing candle at the end of the day yesterday. Not the very last candle of the day, but the second to last candle. Not a lot of volume, too, to be fair, and that actually does look better than it does worse. That would tell me that we might actually get a pop, right? It's like you're closing, you're looking so ferocious to the downside, but nothing's backing it up, right? It's barely average for a 4-hour candle. It's a barely like average volume candle. And Bitcoin Cash loves to do this thing where as soon as it closes lower than its like relative low closes, right? It closed lower there. That's whenever it moves up. Or as soon as it closes higher, right? You've got your high back here. As soon as you close above that, that's when you go down. I don't know, just temporary stuff like that. So maybe we do get some kind of bounce first, and then we move down, and then that's it, and then we move up. But I would expect that we move down probably somewhere around that 300 to like 290 area. If we were to complete this trident of truth, or whatever we want to call it, from like a low daily close here, and maybe even this low daily close might be a better one to take. Because again, Bitcoin Cash, you guys know, it loves doing this little game with us, right? Where it will, as soon as it gets its lowest daily close, it might not be its lowest price, but as soon as it gets a day to close lower than it ever has, that's when it finds its low, and that's whenever it wants to move up. So maybe that's exactly what's in store for us. But I wouldn't be surprised if we close below 310, above like 290, somewhere in that 290 to $310 area, just a little bit lower than we are now before we really get things going to the upside. Of course, before that, it wouldn't surprise me too much if we had some kind of like strange little bounce up to like 331, 340, somewhere in that area. I wouldn't think it would go too much higher than that, and then down, but we really don't have to. We could just be moving down. It's hard to say, because to me, the 4-hour RSI looks bearish enough. I would feel comfortable just saying it's going down. Although you do have double bullish divergence, technically you do have double bullish divergence presenting itself, so maybe you do get a little bounce momentarily here. The 1 hour looks pretty damn bearish as well, so, and a little bit of bullish divergence there too, but or I guess not, actually, never mind, I take it back, no bullish divergence there. Shorter term time frames look pretty damn bearish, other than this double bullish divergence that's going on, which may or may not play out. I mean, it's hard to say, but even if it does play out, I don't think you're going to go too much higher, right? You're at 321, 340, 350. That'd be the highest I'd give it. Probably not even 350. And then down to this 310, 288 area, somewhere in that range. That is where I think we will find our low. That is when the trident of truth shall be redeemed. I don't know. And we shall be set free. The curse of Poseidon will be lifted, and we'll be able to reclaim our buried treasure. I don't know. Looking at the weekly RSI, I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not a hater of it either. It's a very kind of like neutral RSI. It looks bearish, right? Being that it's below the 50, that's kind of bearish in itself. But, you know, there's these moments where you're getting overbought, right? That's your strength. That's like the strongest of your move is up in these zones, up in these areas, above 70 but below 90, right? In that area, the weakest that you've gotten since this bull market started, the weakest that you've seen is like a 37 on your RSI. And don't get me wrong, we're in the weaker zones. We're showing weakness right now relative to the overall market, to the overall cycle, to this overall uptrend that Bitcoin Cash is in. We're showing weakness right now, sure. Of course we are. We're at the lows of a correction of the weaker move, right? But the weakest that we can promote, the weakest readings that we can get are not even oversold, right? Where we're getting overbought. This even though it's weak right now, it looks strong. It looks good to me, right? We've broken out of our weekly uptrend. Okay, we've broken out of it. Had a little bit of a tiff, a little bit of a consolidation phase. We're getting toward the end of it. We have a little bit more to go. It's the same old that I've been preaching for I don't know how long now. And then soon enough, man. Any week now. It could genuinely be this week. It could be next week. It might be 6 weeks from now. And until then, the anticipation is going to kill me and every single Dragon Rider out there. But we're ready. We're waiting. We're hungry. And it's almost time. It really is almost time, you guys. But a little bit down first, then a little bit upside. I don't know if I have anything else I want to say. I feel like I've repeated myself. You can watch this video back, and I've probably said the exact same thing like at least 3 times. Or maybe that's just how it feels to me. I don't know. But again, the call down, a little bit more down. If we found support here, to me it would look weird, right? If like we found support here and this is what set us up, but whatever. It's good enough in my opinion. This kind of does look like a bear trap. So if we start moving up, I mean there's probably some shorts that'll be underwater, right? And people that'll short expecting prices to go lower right up here, and then just I don't know, we get a short squeeze or we just get a long push. I don't know, man. Whatever the reason is that price is moving higher, it could move higher from here. It would just look weird to me, right? This isn't how Bitcoin Cash bottoms, right? We going back, and this is what I'll finish it on, I guess. And hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you haven't. Helps the channel grow. I appreciate it. Puts a smile on my face, right? I don't have the best smile, but that was weird, man. That was weirder than I thought it would be. It was like in my head I thought it would be weird, but then I did it, and I'm like, oh, this won't be weird. And then I saw my face. I'm like, that was kind of weird. This is how it bottoms. This is how it bottoms, right? This is how it finds its low, right? It looks like that, right? It doesn't do this and find its low too often, but it happens sometimes. Sure, inevitably, yes, you went lower, but still a momentary low nonetheless. You know, could we be doing something similar to this? It happens. It's just not common, right? It's not common that you find a low area like this. It's normally down and out, right? You just dip and rip, but it's possible. It's possible. So just keep your head on a swivel, guys. If you're looking to get into Bitcoin Cash, if you're looking to invest, it's as good a time as any to DCA. What's the point of waiting for $11 more to the downside? Maybe $10 more to the downside, or sorry, $20 more, $30 more, maybe, right? It might not come. If you're looking to get into Bitcoin Cash, that window is closing. The opportunity is closing, at least for prices that are at this level or lower. It's closing very soon, right? It could be any day now, any week now that we're starting to see this break of this trend that we're in. I think we're already like actually, it's too early to say that we've broken it. Actually, we just need a higher low that's sustained, and then we need a higher high that's sustained, and that's that. But this video went on longer than I intended for it to. I appreciate everybody for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Patience, my friends. It'll pay off, I promise. Bye-bye.